All right. Well, welcome back. Thanks for taking the time yet again and talking to us.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. It's been almost exactly half a year that we talked.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's funny because I recall that I've seen the cover of the album back then already, but I don't remember if it was completely finished by then.
Yeah. We had, it had been pretty close to be ready to go. We had everything picked out. So yeah, it's almost there.
All right. So what kind of finishing touches did you put on there in the last half year?
Yeah, just making sure that the mixes were good and that the track list was exactly how we wanted it. Little things like that, making sure the inside the cover and all, the booklet and all that stuff. So,
did you turn all the songs around yet again?
No, we were just kind of honing in. Yeah.
Well, it's a brilliant record. I got to hear it for the first time today.
Oh, thank you.
And it's always like the first impression, but it's excellent. I still, like, I've been thinking about this for half a year now. I still don't understand the cover completely, the artwork, but maybe you can explain it.
Yeah, it's a piece of art I've always really enjoyed from this artist John Brosio, who I'm a big fan of. He made the piece in like 2006, I think.
All right.
And when it comes to the name of the band, the last thing I think of is the animal. I think of the name of like what the word means. Large, huge, and
all right.
I really like how that cover kind of encapsulates something normal, that it's just huge and taking everything over.
So you must have been for the last half year just sitting and waiting, and that must be gruesome and nerve-wracking, I figure. What have you done in the past time?
Oh, just like you said, just waiting nervously.
I couldn't have imagined that you wrote like yet another half record already.
Oh yeah, I'm ready to get back in the studio. That's for sure. I'm really excited to do that.
What about getting out there live now? That it seems like times are changing now again.
Yeah, it's looking like everything, knock on wood, is getting pretty safe now. And as soon as we're on the other side of everything, we'll be there, or we'll go everywhere we can.
All right. I mean, the first festivals and the first tours for the US, especially, have been announced already, like in the last couple of days and weeks. And are you going to be on one of those tracks?
Yeah, we're going to be. I can't remember the exact dates, but I think they're in September.
All right.
So yeah, really looking forward to it.
Okay. Are you nervous about that?
Oh, big time. But it's what I've been waiting for. So it's kind of nut up or shut up at this point.
When the record finally comes out, and I think it's going to be the same worldwide, I guess, like June 11th or something. How important is this day going to be for you? Are you the type of guy that goes like, do you read every comment online? Or do you go like,
no, if I did that, I'd go crazy. I read, what people tag me in on social media and stuff. But if I ventured everywhere, that wouldn't be smart. No, I'm really excited because it's a huge part of me. I've never worked on anything harder in my life, and I've put everything into this. It's 100% me. So I'm really excited for people to get to hear it. The responses I've got already from the music that we've released so far has been so wonderful that I'm very excited for everybody to hear the whole thing.
Well, it's amazing because all the singles and all the videos you did, they're not even my favorite tracks on there. There's like tons of others I could pick. That must be a real torture for you guys picking singles.
Yeah, it's tough. But I think when I hear people say like, "Oh, this is my favorite," it's like, "Oh, but you haven't even heard these songs yet." So it's exciting to have that.
You have I don't know how many. You have probably like about 15, 16 tracks on this album, but finally the streaming version I got just today, it said "The Distance" is the bonus track.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why is it the bonus track?
It was supposed to be, just a release on its own.
Okay.
But after the success that it got, I feel like people would be wondering why it wouldn't be on the album. And considering that it's a digital only single so far, I think that when the physical album is out, it was a smart idea to throw it on there so people could actually have it physically.
Yeah. It makes total sense. Just by hearing it once, and I think there's probably a lot of detail to discover yet, by when you run through it the second time, third time, fourth time. But everything I've heard seemed to have, I think it was done with the notion somehow, although we're talking about rock music, we talk basic rock music, that it's perfect. I think, it's kind of hard for me for the first time hearing it to find something not perfect on this record. Could you confirm that?
I guess I could be somewhat of a perfectionist, but I think just the amount of time I put into it, I think it really shows.
So are we talking about your first Chinese democracy here already?
No, I think that I'd have to take 15 more years for that to. So yeah.
Can you tell us something about some of the songs that are on there? I mean, Don't Back Down. I think the title pretty much stands for itself and by itself. But still, how do you come up with, the urge to express something like that?
Yeah,
you of all people, it's like.
I think the attitude of the song kind of really lays the ground for what the lyrics will eventually be about. It's kind of a fight song, a song that you kind of throw on when you want your team to just destroy the other team kind of thing.
You just released a lyric video from the song Feel.
Mm-hmm.
What's that all about?
Yeah, that is a really fun one that is one of my favorites just from the performance aspect, because there's kind of a pseudo drum solo type of breakdown in it, and that was one of the most fun things to record. I'm really happy with the performance on that one.
You have overall, and just by just like when the music passes, floats by.
Mm-hmm.
I would sense that there's some kind of Foo Fighters, feel to it sometimes or the others. Is that a big influence on you?
Oh, for sure.
From all the modern rock,
Yeah, exactly. How Dave Grohl started the Foo Fighters is probably one of the biggest inspirations for this whole project, considering he played everything on the very first album.
He did?
Yeah, on the very first Foo Fighters.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's kind of what inspired me to, it's like, since I could play everything too, why don't I have a go at it,
All right. Hey, that's interesting. So you got to keep doing that?
I think so, because live I'll be playing guitar and singing, but I still love playing the drums and I love playing the bass. So I'd like to continue doing that in the studio because it's so fun.
Yeah, but remember, even Trent Reznor has now a second member in Nine Inch Nails.
So maybe in 20 years I'll get a second member in the studio.
Yeah, that's nice. What's your touring band? Anybody we know?
Yeah, Frank Sidoris, who plays with Slash, is playing guitar, as well as John Jordan, who has a band called To Whom It May, which is really great. He also plays with Clint Lowry, who I have a relationship as well. Ronnie Ficarro is playing bass. He played with Falling in Reverse. And Garrett Whitlock, who is the drummer, I played with him in Tremonti.
Ah, all right.
Really great group of dudes who are phenomenal musicians, and we're really excited to get out there.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, we're looking forward to, for you guys to setting over to Europe maybe in 2022. Do you have any plans already, like mapped out somewhere?
Nothing mapped out right now, because it's still very much a waiting game in terms of the state of the world. But as soon as we get the go, we will be there.
All right. That's going to be cool. I'm going to love it. There's some songs on there. There's one that I kind of really like the riff, and that's almost the last one. It's Stone. Mm-hmm. I think it's really heavy and it's really groovy, and it doesn't drift away too far apart from the rest of the material. But I think there is a lot of variety on the record as well.
Yeah, that was definitely an intentional thing. I think there's nothing more boring than just a really one note record. And I think, when it comes to this album, you have songs that are sort of the core of the sound, something like Mammoth, Epiphany, or You're to Blame. Then if you want something lighter, you can go over to the left and listen to things like Resolve or Circles or Think It Over.
I like Circles a lot, yeah.
And then, if you want something heavier, you can listen to Stone or The Big Picture or Horribly Right or something like that. It's kind of all-encompassing. Nothing really is too different from one another. It's definitely the same band. Yeah. But I think it's important to have variety.
Yeah. Oh, you managed that beautifully. There's probably the core question that everybody's going to ask is like, do you still feel maybe much pressure on that record about where you come from? The persona and the whole world keeps looking at you and probably judging you. By all means, is that still a lot of pressure on you now?
As time has gone on, the more and more I've given less of a crap about what other people think. So now at this point, I've found my calling. I've found what I love doing, and I'm just going to continue doing it. And if people have a problem, then they have a problem. And if people enjoy it, then they enjoy it. I'm just they can join me for the ride, or they can just say mean things to me on the internet.
But now that that you have completed this record all by yourself and did everything by yourself, I would figure that at least part of all the pressure would be gone. And maybe I think there must be a ton of people that would love to work with you on stuff.
Yeah, it's just this whole thing is my own baby, so I'm really taking it very carefully and very personally. So for now, at least when it comes to the studio, it'll still be just me.
So who has already knocked on your door and went like, hey, Wolfgang, come on, let's do something together. Come on.
Nobody really. I think because it's kind of clear I'm doing this thing on my own, and I've already got my band picked out and ready to go. So it's people have been fairly cordial.
Nice. Do you see yourself, once you're out there, in some sort of a competition with all the other modern rock bands? I mean, you're in the circle, you're in the rock radio circus, you're pretty much everywhere. You got to fight for your slots, I guess.
Yeah, maybe, I guess. I mean, I think everybody can have their own moment. I'm a bit more of a friendly type of person than a competitive person. But I guess when push comes to shove, certainly I'll get on stage, and I think it's the time to kind of prove yourself is during the show. I don't only any like backhanded stuff behind the scenes. That's not worth it. You just kind of have to give it your all on stage.
But it's this is yet again for you probably another thing, because you've been on the biggest stages of this world with Van Halen. You played the clubs with Tremonti, at least over here in Europe. You saw everything and you experienced everything. But now it's your own band. What does it make? Just the mere fact, that it's all you now. What does this make different?
Oh, it's a completely different thing. It's a very exciting, experience. I'm looking forward to, because it's a completely, while sure it's music and it's touring, it's just a completely different animal, because it's something that's fully mine. Get to share with everyone. So I'm really excited to embark on a tour at some point.
You're excited, or are you nervous?
Nervous too, but I think it's a bit of both.
All right. I think I have pretty much no more further questions to ask you, Your Honor. And I wish you just all the best, really, for this record, because it's a hell of a record.
Thank you very much.
Just between you and me. And we're going to make it record of the week, obviously.
Wow,
here in our little station, for all the right or wrong reasons. But I hope it helps you a little bit to, get out there.
Thank you so much. It's an honor. Thank you.
No problem. And I hope, just to see you soon.
Absolutely. Looking forward to maybe meeting in person, hopefully one of these days.
Yeah, the German beer would be ready and cold.
Thank you so much. Yep.
Nice one. Well, talk to you later.
You got it. Take care.
Bye-bye. Thank you.